woke up today at the Diaz Lake campground, which is in Lone Pine, California. Brian and I drove down here last night with the plan to try to summit Mount Langley this weekend, if we can get a permit. If not, we'll do whatever we can get a permit for. Last time we were here, we climbed Mount Whitney, so that was pretty cool. We'll see what this weekend holds for us. So we successfully acquired a Langley permit. They do a number draw system, which is kind of cool. Everybody who's waiting out in the line picks a number out of a jar, and we pulled a 3. The lottery starts at 2, so we were the second people in line, and we're climbing Mount Langley this weekend. I'm a bit of a brand loyalist when it comes to things like shoes and socks and pants and things like that. I tend to buy stuff from the same brands over and over again. And today I learned one of the negatives of being a brand loyalist. I usually wear Ultra hiking shoes. I also have Ultra running shoes. And apparently in my rush to get out of the house last night, I grabbed my running shoes instead of my hiking shoes, so we'll see how that plays out. Cruising along the Cottonwood Lakes Trail. It's really flat, really well marked, really easy to follow. And I head up to one of the lakes up here, either the 4th or 5th, I guess, and then set up camp, explore a little bit, acclimate to the elevation. And then tomorrow, we will tackle the summit. We just crossed into the John Muir Wilderness. That's the first time I've ever been in this particular wilderness. That's pretty exciting. Passing a lot of people on the trail, so we're trying to pick up the pace a little bit so we can get a better camping spot. But yeah, it's a good day so far. Cottonwood Lakes number 1 over there. Not where we're camping, so we're gonna keep going. Made it to our campsite at one of the Cottonwood Lakes. Still pretty early in the afternoon, just after lunchtime. The hike in was only about 5 miles, and it was pretty easy, well graded. We gained elevation pretty slowly, so we were able to acclimate to the thin air easier. And then tomorrow we're going over this little guy, then we'll summit Langley and come back and camp here again. I got nothing for you, buddy. Scoot. Woke up from a little nap and kind of exploring down by the shore of this lake we're camping near. It's a pretty big lake, as alpine lakes go. Really debating swimming. I love swimming in these lakes, but it's the air temperature's pretty cold today. It was a high of 55, so I'm not 100% sure that swimming is gonna happen. But man, this is beautiful. Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. Brian and I just went on a little reconnaissance mission up to see what this pass looks like that we have to go over tomorrow. We've read a bunch of stuff about it and been told a bunch of stuff about it by other hikers, and we just kind of wanted to see for ourselves, get rid of any anxiety we might have. And it actually looks easier than we thought it was going to be. I mean, it's still really hard, but not as hard as we thought. So tomorrow should be a pretty fun day. A little after 6 in the morning, we're up and eating oatmeal and drinking coffee. Our bags are packed. We're just carrying food and water, kind of minimal stuff, just for the 8 hours of walking we're going to be doing up to 14,000 and change. Excited to summit Langley. Should be a good day. It's about 7:20, and we are heading towards the pass. That is Old Army Pass. We got to get over that before we can start climbing Langley. Everything we've been told is that it's kind of sketchy but doable. Just got to be cautious and pay attention. Definitely not going to be filming anything while we're climbing because safety is more important than content. So we made it to the top of Old Army Pass. Wasn't as difficult as everyone made it seem. It was pretty similar to the 99 switchbacks on Mount Whitney, just shorter and less elevation. So we are now on our way to Langley. Windy and cold up on this ridge. We got a ways to go. Stopping for a little snack before we start that final climb up Langley. Everything we read and everything we heard from other hikers says it's just sort of a sandy slog up the top. So get some calories in us, drink some water before we start that. By the end of the day today, Brian and I will have summited our third 14,000 foot summit together, and that is pretty cool. Really excited to be where we are. It's just absolutely gorgeous out here. There's a sign at the trailhead that says there's one trail up to the top, and it's super easy to follow. It's not that easy. Getting closer. It's been pretty steep this last little bit, but not too terrible. And that is where we need to be. Made it to the top of Langley. 14,042 feet above sea level. Yesterday was Brian's birthday. Today's the first day of fall. A good trip. Not as afraid of people as you should be, buddy. What are you doing? I think you can take us. So it's 2:17 in the afternoon. We are back at camp. Took us 4 hours from camp to the summit, and a little over 2 to get back. So that's pretty cool. 6-hour round trip. I think overall, Old Army Pass was probably the most strenuous and technical part. Everything else was just up and work, but none of it was treacherous or felt sketchy at all. We made the right choice on the route for our experience. I feel like less experienced hikers should maybe take New Army Pass, but it worked for us. Bringing the wrong shoes ended up not being a big deal at all. The only real difference, I think, between the runners and the hikers is the hikers have a stouter heel box, so they offer a little more ankle support, but there wasn't any point all day where I felt unstable or felt like my ankles were gonna give or anything, so no big deal at all. Worked out fine. Altogether, it was a pretty perfect weekend. The stars aligned, we got our permits, the weather was gorgeous. I love this. Absolutely love this.